Now who wanna move flossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, single bottle, never stopping. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in the...
Hell yeah. It's Bengals and Brews on your first seasonal Victory Monday.
Victory Monday!
That's right. That's the hat I'll be sporting at work tonight.
I need that hat.
Well, I know where you can get it. Look over here. Oh, here it is.
Yep, at the Chop Shop.
Chop Shop. You can go there. And
today at work, though, I had the pleasure for the very first time this year wearing my Sweet Victory SpongeBob shirt, and I can tell you I wore it with honor, man. It was so cool to finally wear that shirt. Would have been nice to wear it earlier, but couldn't do it till we got for our first win of the year, and it is a win. That's all I care about.
That's most likely Joe Burrow's favorite Victory Monday shirt.
Absolutely.
Most likely.
Absolutely, with him being a big SpongeBob fan himself. But let's welcome in the chat. Let's see what we got here. We got gosh, I got to go all the way up to the chat here. We got Stranger.
In there, Robert's in there, Darth's in there, Matt's in there, Syndustries, Kevin
Tina
popping in to see us. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey, Tina, always good to see you.
Stranger. And no Dale, though. Dale might pop in the comments later. Dale had something come up, and he's not able to make it. But he did. We did do a pop-up show yesterday and celebrated with everybody, celebrated with the Brew Crew after the Bengals won their first game this year. And if you would have subscribed and hit notification on our YouTube channel, you'd have known that we went live after the game, and we're having fun on here. So make sure you do that.
Big Marshall in the house. What's up, buddy? But yeah.
How'd you feel today, Greg? It feels a little different on a Monday.
Dude, it's an awesome Monday. You know what, man? It's a victory. I just want to say also, obviously the victory is good, but you know what's even better victory? Obviously over the weekend, very good friend of ours, Cincy James. You know, he was traveling to the game. He got stuck in Asheville, North Carolina for a day. Haven't heard from him. Just so blessed to hear that he's safe. He made it to the game. My opinion, that was a win for Cincy James right there. We're just so happy to see that he's doing so much better, that he's just safe, and he made it to the game, and he made it back home safely. We love you, Jimmy. Just so happy to see you safe.
Thank God he's okay, because I ain't setting up all that shit at the tailgate, man. That's Jimmy's job.
Exactly.
No, but we're glad he's safe.
Yeah, no, we're just so glad Jimmy is safe. That's all we care.
All right. But yeah. Now, thanks to Greg, if you didn't know, we won that game. See that scratch, and then we're going to win again, and we're going to keep that beard going.
Chris, you're going to lose a lot of money, buddy. You might want to move out of Jersey, bro, because you're going to be because this beard ain't going nowhere.
What about what's the longest you ever had your beard, Greg?
This has been the longest.
All right. Well,
hey,
when the women start throwing themselves at you, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then you'll know what's up.
Exactly. You know, like I say, I kept saying to myself, hey, that's done. We won the game. That's it. You know, it wasn't because of Joe Burrow. It wasn't because of Andy Dalton missing some passes. It was the beard. That's it.
Right. It's not Jamar Chase. It's not fucking Andy Dalton. It's not Joe Burrow. It's not our defense or our offense. It's Greg's beard. Exactly.
So I guess let's recap the game a little bit and all that and stuff. Chop. Obviously, one side of the ball, absolutely awesome. Other side of the ball, made it through. We made it through, but for Andy, because Andy was just doing well. He was completing passes left and right, but then near the end, Andy made some Andy-like passes that brought memories back for us. You know, it's like second half
was a lot better for us than it was than the first half was. But wasn't it the first pass that he hit? Was it Leggett that he hit for like 70-something yards?
Oh yeah, he was. I mean,
like
the
first
one dart
half, right?
Yeah, the one dart he threw to Leggett in the end zone. Oh my gosh, man, he Andy Dalton was throwing darts, but then near the end, man, with like Leggett, it was a huge like third down, and he had him wide open, and it hit the ground. And it's just like Andy's still a great quarterback. I would take him as my backup. He'd be a great backup on anybody's team. He could still play in the league for Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. But dude, in those crucial situations, man, it just brought back some of those old Andy memories. But I still love Andy, still love a good grilled cheese sandwich. We had ourselves a Jeff Ruby steak as our quarterback yesterday.
That's right. We did. I just read some kind of a meme that came up from the game yesterday where it says something about Joe limping. I did not notice that during the game. Was there something?
Somebody rolled on his. So Cordell Volson kind of like backed into his ankle. He was limping a little bit, but after that, man, he was perfectly fine. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, he was limping for a little bit. Hey, look who's in the house. Rock and Bangle.
He's going to be down at the tailgate this next one because he's got something to pick up from me. And I got to tell you, Rock and Bangle, you picked him at the right time because I got a notification from that printing company that says they're not doing those arm sleeves anymore.
Yeah.
They're discontinuing them.
Stranger agrees. Watching Dalton give up that final play of the game. Yes, it did, Stranger. Yes, it did.
And Kevin up here, man, it's like Captain Obvious. Cam, he's getting beat every game, and that's true. So, But you know what? Hopefully this week we get this week I know we get Miles Murphy back, and I know it's not a D tackle, but do you know the update on Sheldon Rankins and BJ Hill?
No, I do not right now. I don't so BJ Hill maybe because he said he was doubtful, but when he said Sheldon Rankins before the game, he said no way. So maybe BJ Hill, but Sheldon Rankins, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Like I say, but dude, pork chop, you know who gets my so let's go with game balls, man. I'll start with you. Who gets your game ball?
My game ball, let me think here.
I got one already.
I thought about that. I'm going to give my game ball not to Von Bell, even though he got that interception. I know he got a game ball in the locker room, but I'm going to give it to I don't know, man. Like I mean, you know what? I want to give my game ball to T. Higgins. I thought T. Higgins had a great game.
T. Higgins, we needed those big, huge catches on third down. I mean, T. Higgins, that is a good one. Did he
even drop a pass yesterday?
No, he did not. Chop. And it was on every third down. It were catches up here. T. Higgins, man, that may have been one of the best games he's ever played in his career.
I know.
Just huge. Every catch was crucial. Yes, that is a great pick right there. I'll give you my game ball. 5 guys, the offensive line.
There you go.
Sacks at all. Mims, graded well. Kappa, who we were all worried about, was the highest graded Bengals player yesterday. Just solid by everybody. I mean, the offensive line, such a great job yesterday.
Yeah.
That gets my game ball. An honorable mention, Eric All. Eric All, dude, that may be the steal of the draft.
Right. That's what I always said. I said, if Eric All can stay healthy, the big concern was the injuries, but this dude looks like the best tight end that came out of this draft for sure. Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it was Brock Bowers, but what's Brock Bowers doing out in Las Vegas? I watched that game last night, and I didn't hear his number a lot.
He made one crucial catch, but you know what? I thank you for bringing that up. But dude, all that money they invested in their quarterback, and he doesn't even get rid of the ball on fourth down. I'm like, dude, when it's the final play of the game, get rid of the ball. Try to throw it. Don't just hold on to it. But, hey, Cleveland lost, Pittsburgh lost. Now Baltimore won. But, dude, let's keep this momentum going. We won the game. I don't care if I would take an ugly win over a good loss. I mean, that Kansas City game, we may have been our best game we ever played, but we lost. This may have been an ugly game, not the best game we played, but a win is a win.
Hey, look, man, you and Tina are on the same wavelength. She's talking about the O-line, too, for the game ball.
Tina, absolutely.
And boom, here she comes with Eric All.
Yeah. Well, Tina, I had the pleasure. So our buddy Bengals and Bourbon wasn't able to make it to the Monday night game, which was not a good game to watch, but I had the pleasure of sitting next to Tina, and Tina always good sit next to you. Hopefully you get to sit around near us more often, Tina. It was really good. It was really good chatting with you during the game.
Yeah, she's good people. And Matt's not wrong, man. I watched that game last night, and that game looked scary. But I wondered to myself, is it better that Baltimore comes in after a loss, or is it better when they come in and they steamrolled that team? Maybe we could be their trap game. Although I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, no, we'll see. But dude, it's something. It has to be talked about. I mean, look at the Panthers, man. They're really not great of a football team. They're running right over us. You could argue this is the best running team in the league. The Ravens are.
Well,
easily.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, easily. Derrick Henry. Everybody thought, he's got nothing left. First play of the game.
First play of the game. How many yards was that thing?
87 yards. He had 199 yards total. Now,
I got to tell you, man, he was outrunning everybody, but he did look like a 30-year-old man running down that field.
But here's the thing. He's bigger than most of the linebackers in the league.
That's right.
Henry.
Man, Kyle Brandt was talking about Derrick Henry's total mileage and how he's running away from all the defensive backs over there from Buffalo, and talking about how he's got 4,000 carries in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
4,000 carries in
Derrick
the
Henry's
NFL.
Derrick Henry's a top 10 running back of all time in the NFL. Is that a fair statement?
Right. Top 10 total?
Of all time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where he'd be.
I mean, you'd have to
be honest, he'd be like in the second half of it, I think, maybe for me.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. You and I would not complain if he was our running back. Let's put it that way.
Like in the offseason, if he would have came to Cincinnati and we would have went with him instead of the whole Zach Moss and Chase Brown, I would not have been upset with that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Baltimore paid Derrick Henry, though. Yeah,
me neither. But, back to our Bengals and all that for the win. Let's go over some of the stats here and all that.
Go ahead. Did you?
Yeah, no, our stats that I received from
Dale's not here, but he hooks us up with the information.
Dale, we appreciate you, buddy. So
that way we look a lot smarter than we are, which is
exactly.
I'm not at all. Everybody relies on Dale for the brains, and I'm just the looks. I'm the eye candy.
There you go. So Joe Burrow, 22 of 31, 232 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. And let's face it, that interception, it was a broken play. He thought Chase was going to be one way. So I'm not going to credit him with the interception. Had a QB rating of 100, which is awesome. I
like seeing him get fired up on the sideline, though. When he was pissed off at himself, and he looked like he was stimming or something.
Yes.
He was shaking that pad.
Chuck, I thought of you when you said something like that earlier. Yes, he was pissed off. But you know what? I like the fact how he's like, even though it's not a big deal, it really wasn't his fault. It was just miscommunication. I love that in Joe Burrow. I want to be perfect.
That's what I'm saying, man. I want to see some emotion.
Yes.
I would love to have emotion instead of just – and I wouldn't mind having emotion out of Zach Taylor, but these guys just sit there and they're just like very flat. When they talk to you.
Jamar Chase, 3 receptions, 85 yards. How about this one play? There's that picture that shows 4 or 5 Panthers all around him, kind of similar to that Kansas City game, and it looks like from the picture, it's like, well, he's tackled. He spins around. I mean, that is the Jamar Chase we've been waiting to see making a play like that.
Also, proof that James Rapine watches this goddamn show, because I was on here yesterday talking about how he must have got some of P. Diddy's baby oil and greased up because they couldn't tackle him. They were trying to tackle him, and they couldn't get him down. And later on, I guess James Rapine asked him about if he had baby oil on out there in the game in the locker room. So which one you think of these people that have their Twitter name is actually James Rapine? He's watching right now. Look,
I did not know that. And the guy you gave the game ball to, T. Higgins, 6 receptions, 60 yards, just solid. Just like I say, like we were just talking, just so solid. I mean, every single big third down play. I mean, Joe throws a high pass, no problem for T at all. I mean, just every single of those catches were crucial, like third down plays or big plays that helped us succeed. I mean, T was just so reliable. And sometimes I will tell you this as a Bengals fan, a lot of fans take that for granted with T sometimes. I honestly do.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
After I saw that game, I thought I was starting to think again, like, man, we got to find a way to sign T.
And I knew this was going to pop up. I would take Corey over Derrick. I love you, Derrick Henry, but Corey Dillon I'm taking any day.
That's right. And guess what? Corey Dillon has Super Bowl. Derrick Henry does not.
Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah. Who is this here?
It's the Victory Arrow.
Who the hell is this?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing today, buddy? So
it's Victory Monday, baby. I'm
doing
fantastic.
Earlier we were giving our game balls. Chop gave it to T. Higgins. I gave it to the Bengals offensive line. Who gets your game ball?
Who gets my game ball? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go with freaking Rinko Suave, man.
Yes.
That guy is he's the new punt god, is he not?
Yes.
Fucking right he is.
Yes, he is.
I read something today though that said that he can't be number one because he's missing one punt. Like he's only had 6 punts.
Yeah.
So for some reason, because he's only had 6 punts, they can't make him number one. But if it was, then he would have an NFL record.
Yep.
Like 2 different NFL records. I don't know how all that works. All I can say is, fuck all that. 4 games in, we got an all fucking pro punter.
Yeah.
Brad Robbins, friend of the show, we love you. If you need a dinner, come on over. I'll set you a plate at the table. You know what I'm saying? If you're unemployed, because I like you, dude. So you can come over for dinner anytime.
But you know, Derek, we were also talking. We think Joe Burrow. I didn't say this, but I'm now thinking Joe Burrow watched this show because Porkchop has said earlier he wants to see Joe Burrow get pissed. And when he threw that interception, we knew it wasn't his fault because it was a broken play. He didn't know where Chase is going to be going. But when you saw Burrow get pissed off, I like the fact that he gets that way because he wants to be perfect and all that. I love that in Joe Burrow, that he's very competitive.
Yeah.
Also, it was nice on this weekend. I know we were going over some game stats, but it was nice to see the fucking stupid-ass Steelers get their first loss.
Yes. Yes,
Fuck
it
them.
was.
Yeah, it was. But no, you know, and also, as we were also discussing, Derek, how about that cool picture you see on social media, similar to the Chiefs game, where it shows like 5 or 6 Panthers around Jamar Chase, looks like he's going to get tackled, and he just spins out, figures it out how to get a touchdown.
What is this? Did the Bengals put Robbins on the 53-man roster now?
Yeah, yes, they did, because he's injured right now. You can't.
Yeah. He had to be activated, and I was listening to a little bit of the of Zach Taylor's press conference when I was heading to the car, and he said there's going to be some roster moves that's going to have to be made this week. So I'd say that's one of them for sure.
Man, can you imagine the fans right now if they put Brad Robbins in? Like if let's just say you go to the Baltimore game and here comes Brad Robbins to punt. People fucking lose their mind, man. Like a couple bright spots on this team. Unfortunately, one of our bright spots is the goddamn punting.
Yeah.
Because Rico can kick that bitch into the Ohio River, you know?
Yeah, yes, he can. And that made a big difference too. Also.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but and another thing we were discussing, Derek, T. Higgins. I mean, every catch he made was a crucial catch on 3rd down, and some was very high. He had a guy. He was one-on-one coverage too. I mean, he had a guy right in his face, and he was still catching passes.
As much as I hate to say it, that's what happens when you've got 2 elite players. You can't shut both of those guys down.
Exactly.
I'm back into the pay both of them.
That's what I just said right before you came on here, man. I said when I saw T play, I started thinking again, like, man, because he had such a good game. Like, he had some sticky-ass hands. Anything that Joe threw around him, man, it just stuck to his hands.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, damn, we got to sign T.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah,
but what's funny is going into Sunday, right? I was watching, I was doing some research and looking at things, and I'm looking at all these teams that have these elite defenses, and like teams like the Chiefs. You know, the Chiefs' offense has not been that great.
No, it's not going to be any better now.
In games. And teams like the Steelers, the Steelers were 3-0, not because of their offense. And I was sitting here thinking, like, man, you know, I could go without having T. If we could trade T for a elite piece on the defensive side, I would be okay with that. But then watching that game Sunday, I'm like, that's
same here, Derek.
Somebody said yesterday when we did the victory show yesterday, somebody was saying something about, I think it was Matt, was like, dare we say T for Chris Jones?
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs would never do that first.
No way.
I mean, I don't think Cincinnati would supply the Chiefs with T. Higgins either.
Well, no, the Chiefs would never give up.
Let me ask you this, though. I mean, come on. Take all your player emotion out and completely look at it like a business, just numbers. If for some reason the Chiefs made a call and they said Chris Jones for T. Higgins and you are Duke Tobin and you make the final decision, all right, and Mike Brown, you're Duke Tobin and Mike Brown all mixed up together.
Yeah.
Do you consider that trade?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I would do it in a heartbeat because I think we have enough receivers. Like, you know, with T out there, you didn't get to see Burton at all.
No.
Yesterday. And with our defense lacking the way it is, I would make a splash move because, first of all, both of those players they're 1-year rentals because you're not going to, as much as we would love for them to re-sign T, I just don't see it happening.
No.
So
that's what I'm saying
have
is
1 year of an elite defensive player or 1 year of an elite wide receiver. I'd take the defensive guy all day.
Well, that was my thought too, is that I think that Joe can elevate the other guys like Yossi Vosh, Charlie Batch, Jermaine Burton. I think he can elevate those, but our defense doesn't have a guy, especially now. Trey is who knows what's going on with Trey, right? I didn't read any updates on his injury, but I bet you he's out for this game, which is horrible fucking news because of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Well, Chop, going to Andrew here. BJ Hill, McKinley Jackson, Miles Murphy will all be ready to go, and maybe Sheldon Rankins. And you know what you guys think? Think about this. Our whole defensive line was hurt. I mean, we found out Hubbard was hurt. I'm not trying to make excuse for injuries, but when your whole defensive line's hurt, that's very rare you ever see something like that. You're all hurt at a position. I'm not trying to make any excuses, but that's very unfortunate to happen, you know?
Yeah, and I think, wasn't Dale saying that Chris Jenkins had a good game?
Yep. Jenkins had a fantastic game.
Yeah. So
yes, he did. And stop he made. Oh my God! Like I say, it's just the injury. It just hurt us in that one position. It just all happened to be at that one position, and it's your most important position on your defense. Is your defensive line.
And he only had one. It says he had one tackle.
Yeah.
That's another thing Zach Taylor said that in his press conference today. They're live the same time we are right now, so that's why our numbers are so bad.
Yeah, probably so.
Olivia,
but he did say that they limited Jenkins snaps because they wasn't really sure what he was going to be able to do with having that club, and he said that seeing what they saw yesterday definitely got him the opportunity to get increased snaps next game.
Yeah, well, whatever he can club up both hands and he'd be better than Cam Sample right now.
Update: Zach Taylor just gave an update on the D line. Hendrickson, he says it's hard to say yet. He doesn't know yet. BJ Hill, Sheldon Rankins. We'll see how they feel this week goes. And adds Hill. He says Hill's further along, and he says Murphy and Jackson they will be activated. They expect to be activated. So that's some good news right there. But they're going to be put to a challenge.
And Matt says he'll play for sure. So we got Matt's guarantee.
There you go.
Matt won't be there to witness it, though, because he's once again taking another time off. He might come down to the tailgate, though, he said. He might bring some buddies down to the tailgate because he's got his Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
He wants that sausage.
Why would somebody not go to a game? I just don't understand that.
I don't know, man. Oktoberfest must be one day up there.
I don't know either. But one thing we have to talk about, obviously, Cam Taylor-Britt, I don't know what happened yesterday. Was he hurt? Was there a report that he was hurt or something?
No, he sucked. I heard it was because he was having a bad game.
Yeah, he just had a bad game. He'll bounce back. And
he had a couple bad games.
Zach Taylor challenged him today, basically, and said he's challenging him to bounce back after that game.
Well, and you know what? DJ Turner, he did a great job coming in.
Yeah, but you saw the limitations, though. That's one thing I will say. That right there, watching that game yesterday, I thought he did good, but you could see why Dax Hill and Cam Taylor-Britt are above DJ Turner.
Right.
Yeah, and also, yes, Aaron, supposed to be a secret, but yes, Dale is at his male gigolo job. He's earning that money. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Cam Taylor-Britt. Hopefully it's not karma for running his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'd say that in a loving way. I said it yesterday too, man. Like, Daryl and Courtney are such good people. I feel like they're family. And so that makes Cam Taylor-Britt my legitimate nephew.
And this Tina just put in the biggest question mark of all. Why isn't Battle getting more reps? I mean, Geno Stone, well, I know they're different positions, but I mean, Bell, I mean, there were times, there was one play where Bell missed a tackle where Hubbard got like 30 or like a huge 30-yard gain. Why isn't Battle in? What is going on?
Hey, guess what? Go ahead.
That's another thing that, you know how sometimes whenever Zach talks, you have to kind of read between the lines a little bit and then get your
every time
out. Yeah. When I think it might have been Kelsey Conway brought up the fact that Jordan Battle didn't get very many snaps, if any snaps at all. And he tiptoed around that question. So that makes me question, like, what's going on in practice? Because there is no way that you can tell me that Jordan Battle is going to be worse than what we've seen on the field. And, you know, Zach said that Von Bell does some stuff to where
he does
get targeted. And, you know, when he's not targeted, he's still making plays. He's just not getting targeted. So I'll have to go back and watch the all 22 to see what exactly Zach was referring to. But
yeah, you know what? Because we all kind of, I think we discussed this when Bell came here. We thought Lou was going to get creative and like make a Von Bell position for him, just for him and all that. Because I thought like they're not actually going to. Well, I personally thought they're not going to just bench a Battle completely, right? I mean, you figured they would be creative, put him in the linebacker role at times. Clearly, that's not the case. They're only sticking with 2 safeties right now. So it's interesting, you know.
Anton says he's not wrong, man. He says, as Chase V is wearing baby oil, I think our whole defense is wearing baby oil. They've been tackling the last few weeks. That's a fucking elite comment right there. I agree. Goddamn, fix the tackling. I was going to say when we were talking about Jamar Chase, we were talking about signing T, is that, Greg, you got a source, right? Well, guess what, man? I heard that Jamar Chase, from someone inside the building, that Jamar Chase was asking for $160 million, and that's why he didn't get signed. He wants $40 million a year. Damn. That is fucking crazy. There's no fucking way he gets paid that. And to tell you the truth, man, I understand wanting to get paid, but you can't fucking win with just a quarterback and a wide receiver.
Yeah,
if you want a ring, you should look at this defense and think, man, we need to pay somebody on this defense to get a badass in here, you know, someone that's going to make a difference. And paying your quarterback and receiver duo would be what, $95 million a year out of our salary would go to just 2 players.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous, right? So when he did that interview that said, I wouldn't want a penny, I'd want to beat his ass. He wasn't fucking lying. He was not lying. Exactly. I'm also telling you this right now, man. Like, Greg, I will lick your fucking gooch if he gets $140 million or $160 million. No fucking way they're paying him $160 million.
Yeah, you know, I just think that's probably the agent. You know, they're just trying to, you know, it's just a negotiation. But I tell you what, guys, you know, one thing we haven't discussed, the running game. There actually have been an even amount of carries. We've actually made it more even.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Brown. Okay, so 80 plus 51. I suck at math, so 80 plus 50.
80 plus 51 is 131.
131 yards rushing. I mean, solid by both running backs. Chase Brown, 5.3. I mean, Chase 3 yards per carry. Zach Moss had some great runs too. Zach Moss, before halftime, I'm like, what the hell are we doing? He's going to get down. The clock's going to expire. What a move by Zach Moss. That was the play. That may have been the Chase play was the play of the game, but that move by Zach Moss, that was beautiful.
Did you see that is not the play that Zach Taylor called? He was upset at first because Joe didn't throw it to the right person. He wasn't supposed to throw it to Zach Moss.
Really?
But then, yeah, he was upset. I saw something where he was upset about that at first, but it worked out and got a touchdown. his thing was like, well, that's not the play I called. That's not where he was supposed to go with that ball. He was like, but Joe gets a better picture of what's going on the field than we do from the sideline, so I trust him to make that decision. But yeah, that was total Joe and Zach.
Somebody posted on Twitter, and I wish I could remember who it was to give him credit, but it might have been Jake Lisco. But whoever it was, they posted the picture of Chase with 5 or 6 defenders around him when he made that touchdown. And right beside it, they have Zach Moss slipping on the ground. And they said, what would you say if I were to tell you both of these players scored a touchdown here?
I'd say you're full of it. Yeah.
We had some crazy luck yesterday. I will say that.
We did. I don't know how much we're going to get that against the Ravens, but we did. We just needed the win. Derek, like I said, the running game gets an A for me. But I tell you what, Derek, we were talking also. Eric All, I didn't think he was going to be playing this year hardly. I thought he was going to miss at least 4 games. Eric All, he is am I crazy to say this, Derek? He's like one of the biggest steals of the draft this year so far. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I know he's not making Kelsey or Kittle plays, but
yeah, it's really hard because I want to say yes, but also like that's where you find these tight ends. That's where it seems like every year there's an elite tight end that comes out of the middle rounds.
Yes,
we got this one.
Yes, we did.
But what's crazy and what makes me want to say yes, it was a steal of the draft is most rookie tight ends do not do what he is doing right now.
No.
No, I told you, man. He's like our Sam Laporta.
Yeah, you got Sam Laporta last year.
Right.
And then I feel like the tight end, it was Evan Ingram before him.
Yeah.
Well, but there haven't been any in between those two, I don't think.
Right. Well, no, one round of kid
catches, 28 yards, average 7. Longest was 11. 4 targets. So 4 targets, 4 catches, 28 yards. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good game from a tight end. And not only that, but this dude is a fucking badass blocker.
Yeah, and he likes to block more. When the hell have we ever heard a tight end say, I prefer to block more than receive?
Eric All will hit you so fucking hard, your mom will probably most likely end up in the emergency room. Yeah, that's no lie.
He likes doing the dirty work. And, like I say, no, can I ask you guys another question? Tanner Hudson, he's not even active the last couple. I know he had 2 crucial drops in that New England game. Because remember, I was even at the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with Tanner Hudson. Now you look at our tight ends now with Gesicki, All, and it just goes to show you, man, we didn't think they were going to upgrade a tight end, and they did this year.
Antone, if he watches the show, then we might have broke the ice. We might have broke the ice for him.
Yeah,
we might have helped him out. They might have been like calling Brad Robbins, like, "Hey, tune into Bengals and Brews right now." And I love the man. I really do. I've met him outside.
He's such a nice guy.
He came on the show a couple different times. Very nice guy, and I wish him success. I'm just saying, I don't think the way that Rico's playing. Brad Robbins could be elite, but Rico right now is playing at all-pro level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he is literally the best punter in the NFL right now.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't make a change in that room right now.
Right. Greg likes big bottoms on any Latinas, African Americans, Caucasians, Asians. If you're Icelandic, Greg likes a big bottom.
Yeah,
he won't lie.
I would say, if I was a betting man, which I am.
Yeah.
I'd say some of those roster gymnastics are going to involve Brad Robbins will be one for sure, and then the other one I think might be Tanner Hudson.
It might be.
See if they can sneak him.
I would not be surprised. And look, we love Tanner Hudson. Like I say, he did a great job last year. I wasn't a believer in him at first, but near the end, man, he was really proving it to me. I think it was just unfortunate. Because Tanner Hudson, when he signed the contract, he's probably thinking, we all probably thought, hell, he was, even after we signed Gesicki, hey, he'll still get plenty of snaps. But when we drafted All and McLaughlin, we're like, this is going to be interesting,
Did McLaughlin? I was looking at the stuff that Dale sent us. Did McLaughlin even get? Did he get any plays yesterday at all?
He was inactive, I thought.
Oh, was he?
Pretty sure he was inactive. What was the snap share between Gesicki and Eric All? Because I feel like Eric All was out there a lot more snaps.
All right, so Mike Gesicki had 1 reception for -9 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And Eric All had 4. The snap, that doesn't say the snap count. Hold on, usually I don't do this. I just look at it when you guys pop it up. Snap counts.
Right.
And shit.
Dale's are
whatever he sent, I didn't see snap counts.
Okay.
Oh, it says percentage. Oh, hold on, I can do that.
Yeah, what was the snap percentage? There you go.
All right, now it's defense. Here's the offense, and it's not on there. Tight ends aren't on there.
Damn it.
I know. Oh, here, Eric All got 60% of the snaps. He played 60% of the snaps. Gesicki played 33% of the snaps. Gesicki played 22 snaps. Eric All played 40 snaps total.
So I think that right there is your answer for who the tight end 1 is now.
Yeah.
No shit. This guy's a rookie. Isn't that crazy?
That's what I'm saying. But like I said, but here's the thing. We knew he had the talent. It was just, could he stay healthy is the problem.
I'm telling you, the way that Joe Burrow and Eric All have already connected, it's like they fucking grew up together.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's just, just for an example, take our other rookie that's a wide receiver, Jermaine Burton, who was like great in the SEC for Georgia and Alabama, never dropped a pass, but he can't get on the field. So I don't think he's built up that trust with Joe. But Eric All comes out there, and I'm telling you, it's like they played backyard football at family get-togethers or some shit.
And Eric All
got a lot of trust in a rookie, And
Eric All, he'll fight for that a yard. If he's a yard or two short, he is going to do everything in his power to grind for every single first down. And that's what you love about the guy, too.
I just don't feel like that Joe's had this much trust in a rookie since Jamar Chase.
That's a good
fair to say.
That's not crazy, no.
I mean, you could say T, but Joe was a rookie at the same time, so I don't think it counted. But now, man, I just think he really trusts Eric All. And Eric All, like I said, he protects the asset too. I told you, man, I got sold on Eric All. What was it, the first game or the Commanders game? One of them.
That was the Commanders game, yeah.
Yeah. So Joe goes down and Eric All jumps over top of him and shields him from everybody. And I was like, that's my guy. Right there, yes. I said, that's my guy. His main priority was protect the asset. So that's when I was sold on Eric All. And since then, I mean, what's he do? 4 targets, 4 catches.
And you look at his story and all that, how he grew up and all that, how, he was saved as by a firefighter. And you look at him in interviews, just such a good person all around. I mean, that's a guy you want to see become a great player. And we are so, him being local also. I mean, I'm just so excited for his future here.
Yeah. I do. And what about our other local boy? How did he do? Because I've seen him in on some plays. Good old Sammy.
Sam Hubbard. Yeah, he got it
in for 80% of the plays. He was in for 80% of the plays.
Tina said the best here. Eric All's a Secret Service for JB9. I like that, Tina.
There you go.
Hey, T-shirt.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, Sam Hubbard did play 80% of the snaps, and the only people that were above him, Jermaine Pratt, just seeing. So, he played more snaps on end than anybody else.
Yeah, he just looks like he lost his step, man. As much as I hate to say it, and I think Dale and I were talking about this on the show yesterday, or maybe it was another day, I don't remember, but for a 3rd or 4th round pick, he's done really well for himself, but at some point you got to say, okay, it's, he's getting a little past his prime.
He needs to be our Cody Ford of the defense. Stand on the sideline, emergency only.
Hey, shout out to our guy, Natty Ron from Arizona. What's up, buddy? Who day, bro?
Hey, what's up, Natty Ron? He's on, I see him all the time when I'm watching Jeff's show on the way into work.
We appreciate
on there. Yeah.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Hot ass Arizona.
And Yanni Ron, yes, we are worried about Sam too. Not going to lie, buddy. I mean, we all love Sam, but yeah, not going to lie.
Well, I mean, he's playing through some kind of injury, but I mean, Miles Murphy's back this week, but Trey Hendrickson is questionable. So, I mean, it would have been nice to see Miles Murphy come in there and play at that the right side and see what happens. But I hope Trey's okay.
What's that?
What would have been nice to see if a player who is in his contract year would come out and ball out, but he's been an absolute nothing on the field, and that's Joseph Osai. I don't know what the heck happened to him, but like we are getting absolutely nothing out of him.
I thought
right now.
that he got some pressures yesterday.
He did. No, I heard he did. He did better. He did okay, but like Derek said, after that Kansas City game, he never
7% of the snaps.
Yeah, he never took that next step. But I'll tell you one guy, I never ever want to rip, but Zach Carter.
Joseph Osai, 4 tackles, 1 solo, and 1 quarterback hit. I mean, to tell you the truth, that's not too bad compared to the rest of the list. You know, above him, well, he's the Logan, Jermaine, Dax, Vaughn. He's the number. He's listed the number 1 on the defensive line.
Yeah. So, hey, not to cut you out, Chop. Natty Ron, just so you know, the reason why Brad's back is they can't cut him because he's injured right now. That's why he's on the roster. Because he's hurt. He's hurt still. So that's why Natty Ron.
Once again,
we were joking around yesterday about
what's that there?
I was just going to say that's why I said in preseason. I don't know why, and maybe that there's something that has to do with that, but why you wouldn't have just cut him in the first place during roster cuts?
I think that it was like, to be honest, and I felt the same way, that like Rico at the time was a little bit questionable. You remember he would come out and he would be so inconsistent. Like he would kick those bombs in preseason, and then the next thing you know, he'd have like a 35 fucking yard punt, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, but when the season started, he flipped the goddamn switch, and he's a fucking punt monster. Punt god, my ass. He's a punt monster.
Yeah,
the punt beast.
I tell you what, man.
I had the same questions going into it. I thought they're keeping Brad because Rico was just inconsistent. I'm all alone.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I mean, on the screen though, Greg. I'm the only face.
No, you're not. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All that's left is the eye candy. Oh, there's the eye candy for real. What's up, beautiful?
What's up,
Hey,
Danger?
look at this, man. CEO of Bengals and Brews, Dustin Croft, feels confident for the Ravens game. However, enjoying the victory yesterday lasted like 10 minutes knowing the Ravens D is coming.
Yeah.
D is slow, get young. They got to do something, man. I don't know what it is on this D, but they got to do something. The Ravens have definitely picked up some momentum, you know, from the first game they played with the Chiefs. They really didn't look that great, but they have been looking pretty good. All I can say is this. I think that if I'm in Baltimore, I'm a bit apprehensive, and I'll tell you why, because Lamar Jackson's still running around all over that goddamn field like an idiot, and this guy he won't go down. He gets hit like a running back. Exactly. I mean, he took some horrible hits yesterday. I was surprised, like some of those hits he gets up from. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think there's a player on their team. I think that one of the mics caught it or something that says, "You run like a running back, we're going to hit you like one."
Right.
And you know what? That's the thing, though. You can't. That guy coming to town just because he's got the fucking red shirt on, you know, doesn't mean he doesn't get hit. Like if you don't want to get hit, slide. That's what you're supposed to do, slide. But Lamar lowers his shoulder and he tries to plow through people, so you're going to get plowed back. And his history of staying healthy through a whole season is about the same as Trent Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so guys, go ahead, Derek.
I was just going to say that. So I was like, after the game yesterday, I was kind of like a half chub, and then I watched that Baltimore game and I see that first drive, 87 yards,
first play,
and I'm like,
shit.
I was like, damn.
That's going to make it even better when we beat their ass. You know, look,
Yeah.
Kansas City, all right? Like I said, man, my Bengals PTSD has been solid. It's actually 4-0 this season
Right.
because we played to the competition. Now, yesterday you could have thought we didn't, but we sure in the fuck let them come back up into the game, didn't we? I mean, they made it interesting at the end. So my guess, to tell you the truth, I really feel like we're going to go out and play Baltimore really good.
Yes, we are.
Because they're really good.
Well,
So,
like I said, we still got to come out. Our defensive line is going to a good majority of our defensive line is going to be back. We're going to get a good look at McKinley Jackson. I mean, Miles Murphy, I was talking to a buddy of mine about this. What's your guys' opinion about that? Well, I think we talked about it. I'll re-talk about it again. I don't care. Do you think the whole plan was to have Miles Murphy start and Sam Hubbard just come in there on occasional plays? Or because I don't think that was like when Murphy got hurt, I guess you're like to Hubbard, hey, you're a full-time starter.
I'd say no, but that's more of my Bengals PTSD, Greg. It's just because I'm just so used to the way that they operate down there. And the way they operate to me isn't putting what we feel as the best player on the field. They're very loyal to their players. They're loyal to the coaching. They're loyal to the players. They let them play out their contracts. They play them on the field. So I don't know. And to tell you the truth, Miles Murphy, right at this point, is there is a question mark to him. I'd love to see them experiment and see if he would do better. But Miles Murphy hasn't played football in quite a while, really since last year because he's been sidelined. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a question mark on him. So we'll see.
Murphy. Oh, go ahead.
Hopefully he balls out because I don't know if Trey's going to be there. And so who else are you going to line up there? Osai.
Yeah.
Which you already talked about him. So I don't see your confidence in that move.
No, I hear you, bud. Hey, well, we can just hope for the best. Like you say, Chapman, like you were telling me also, you're glad they won that game because if they lost that game, they're going to be even more pissed off. They're still going to want to kick our asses, but still.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you kick back and you're like, oh, yeah, all right, we're doing great. You sometimes come into the game like that. And, I mean, I don't really think that's going to happen, but who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, exactly. So, Derek, obviously, I want to go back to the O-line. I mean, the O-line, we finally get a good O-line, just the other line, and just now is our issue. But the O-line yesterday, Kappa. Remember, there were a lot of worries we had about Kappa. We're like, is Kappa they're going to be the same again? Best player on the field yesterday, according to PFF. And Mims, 84% grade. Oh, my God. As a rookie. I mean, there was one NFL Twitter site that was talking. I don't care if Mims – he said, I don't care if Mims played 18 games. He is doing stuff as a rookie. The one NFL draft site said he looks like an 8-year veteran out there right now already. And Orlando Brown, Chop's best friend, still, he is that left tackle we have needed since Whitworth left. And Volson, I know Volson's driven people nuts, but Parker Blake, I know Parker Blake's in a very happy mood right now.
Right.
And our guy,
do you think that Buffalo? Do you think they're counting the Ravens as a trap game, like they just went into it and should have won or whatever? No, it's kind of weird to count Baltimore like that. They just got their asses kicked, man, hard. God, and Josh Allen makes a killer play still, but
look who's here. Oh, no, Carolina Panthers pulse from Friday. Keep in mind the Panthers don't have any pass rush.
Yeah, well, don't rain on our parade,
they got Clowney.
Yeah, they got Clowney. No. Yeah, like I say, hey, good game against. And it was good. It was good seeing you and a couple other Panthers fans in the chat Friday. It was good seeing you all.
Hopefully, he found Jimmy down there and had a beer with him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I will say this though. I thought after watching that game, I don't think I don't know. Maybe it's just our defense, but I don't think Carolina. They're going to win some games this year, especially if they keep Dalton as a starter.
Yeah.
No, absolutely they are.
And then
I continue to be an Andy Dalton fan, to be honest.
You're not?
No, I am. I said I continue to be an Andy Dalton fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of Andy Dalton.
Oh, yeah.
Look, am I mad that we got Joe Burrow instead of Andy Dalton? Fuck no. But I love Andy Dalton. Like, Andy Dalton did everything right, and when he left his team, everything was good. It wasn't his choice. He did it like a professional, and I think Andy Dalton's, like a pretty good stand-up dude. And I don't think he's bad for community, and I also think that one day he's going to be in the Bengals Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a question from Dustin. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. So Dustin, our buddy Dustin here says, Greg, you're the optimistic one. Would love to hear your thoughts on the scheme we're running on D. Like, Geno was awesome for the Ravens. Now he stinks. Are we using the players the right way? I don't know that, Dustin. Obviously, Geno's not working out the way we thought.
Geno might come out and play this next game like his goddamn feet are on fire, though, because it's his team.
Exactly.
That normally happens. Like, when you go and play another player's old team, man, they come out and play like they're goddamn on fire. So let's hope that Geno Stone, and then maybe he keeps that momentum going and he gets back to where he was last year with the Ravens. That's why we went and got him. Also, Greg, you know what the other keys to the game are?
You know why he's going to play his ass off?
Why is that?
Why?
He's going to play his ass off because we was talking about him not playing very well, and I think Dale had tweeted it from the Bengals and Brews Twitter account, and then somebody went in and tagged Geno Stone, and he was like, "Oh, I better change my opinion now."
That's right.
We are going to, whether our team plays good or bad, we are going to be real. That's what this podcast is about.
And
if you suck, we're
the
going
whole
to say
thing.
you suck.
We love this goddamn team, man, and we'll fight you.
Exactly.
It's when shit happens, we're gonna say our feelings. That's what we do, and then we encourage the Brew Crew to do the same thing in the chat.
Yeah.
What about our sponsors, Greg? We haven't hit the sponsors yet. Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the sponsors,
that's the hometown winners right there.
Hey, the offense played like Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West Beer. Proud sponsors of the show. Both places awesome. I had a 50 West burger the week and went with the classic. Oh man, such an awesome burger I had with the fry sauce. I'm telling you, that fry sauce is addicting as hell. Love it to death. Also,
and while you're going there, you want to wear your Chop Shop 513 merch.
Yes, you do.
Hey, yeah. I heard you get 0% off if you show up in your Chop Shop 513 merchandise.
Yeah.
At both of our sponsors, Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West, for a short, limited time, if you show up in a clothing item from the Chop Shop 513, you will automatically get 0% off and be expected to generously tip.
So we got a new guy in the comments here, Grandazir 12. He says, "Hey, gents, how's your day? New to this channel. Is this a channel of 3 content creators in one, or do you have your own channels to produce your own content?" Well, our main guy, we're 4, and our main co-host is unfortunately not here today. So I really don't know how to answer this whole question. But Derek, I'll let you answer this.
It's one. I mean, we're the Bengals and Brews account, but we each got our own individual X account or whatever social medias we have, but we have one account for this show on YouTube, one account for this show on Facebook, one account for this show on Twitter X, which is Bengals Brews at Bengals Brews on Twitter.
Yep.
I think it's the same on YouTube. Yep. But then we all got our separate.
I was going to say, just shoot us a DM, and if any of the 4 of us are available, I'm sure we would love to come on the show.
Yeah.
And since you're new here, I just should let you know that we curse quite often.
Yes, we do.
Yes. This show is not rated PG-13. This is NC-17. Anybody under the age of 17, we will need you to DM us a permission slip from your parents that it's okay to watch the show. Actually, that's a fucking lie, because I have no way to block you from watching the show. So hopefully you turn the volume down, because if your parents hear me talking, you're most likely going to be grounded.
Yeah. Do not let your grandma watch this show.
No, or Greg's mom.
Unless she's into that kind of thing.
I'm not even going there with Greg because he's my friend. Now, you went there, Derek, about stuff that Greg's mom might be into, but I'm not doing it. Greg, I won't do it.
There you go.
Hey, look, right now we got Jermaine Burton watching. See? Yeah. Oh, now we got Eric All. It went from 81 to 83.
There you go. Yeah, hey, Derek, was there something else you wanted to bring up earlier?
Sure. How about Joe Shiesty being Joe Shiesty? Have we talked about that at all?
Yeah, we were talking about how he was pissed, even though it wasn't his fault because it was a broken play. But like Chop was saying, we were saying that Chop watches, that he was watching the show, and Chop said, I want Joe to get pissed. And Joe said, Chop's sorry, I need to get pissed off. I love seeing that.
He did it for me.
And I just love seeing him out there just scrambling and doing stuff that we saw him do pre-leg injury. Like, we just want a happy, healthy Joe Burrow, and it looks like he's out there playing his ass off right now and going back to form.
Are you opening up a package?
What are you doing there, buddy?
Me? I think it's just his phone. Your phone sounds like you're opening up a package.
Oh, update from Jeremy Fowler. Trey Anderson did not suffer any nerve damage from the game Sunday. So no nerve damage from Jeremy Fowler.
Is his arm still in a sling today?
That I don't know, but that's good news right there, though.
Yes, it is. Hey, let me just say this, too. I was watching Parker Blake. He was on Malik Wright's show, and he was talking about how he thought Joe still had a little bit of happy feet, but he looks like he's starting to settle into the pocket more. They said that yesterday there was a couple times where he didn't need to scramble, and he started scrambling early. I mean, he probably got some PTSD from those injuries, man. Like 2 out of 4 seasons, he goes down with season-ending injury. So I don't blame him. I mean, that shit seemed to wreck Carson Palmer when he got that ACL tear. So, but the good news is that, and I trust Parker. Parker's spot on with this shit. And he says he feels like Joe's starting to simmer down in the pocket a little bit, not have as much happy feet, although he did see a few plays yesterday where he thought that he jumped out of the pocket too early and he still had time left. So that's good. Also good for the locker room is a win because another person I want to point out is Tony Pike. I heard him talking. He was on with James Rapine. And so he was talking about the locker room culture. And he was like, if you're losing, you go into the locker room. And he was like, people start throwing the blame game, getting mad at each other. He was like, it's just very toxic for the locker room. But after a win, it's all good. So hopefully if there was anything going on in that locker room, like any negativity or anything like that, because I mean, it's awfully hard. Like when you go, let's take the Commanders game and you go out there and fucking put up, what got 34 points or was it 33? But we go out there and put over 30 points on the board and you lose a fucking game and your quarterback gets 426 yards, 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. Right. And then you go into the locker room and you lost the game. I mean, that's if you're not saying something to the defense, you're really fucking keeping a lot penned up. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to go in there and be like, what the fuck, guys? We're out here, we're getting the ball, we're scoring every goddamn time, and you guys can't stop them, not one time. That frustration bleeds into the locker room, and so I understand what Tony Pike's saying. And he's been in college locker rooms, and he's been in NFL locker rooms. So, and he said he went from the best locker room he's ever been in, which was the Bearcats. And when he got drafted to Carolina, he said that's the worst locker room he had ever been in because of losing. So I'm glad to get the win so that we can get these guys happy. Jamar Chase has seemed happy the last 2 games. Of course, that's because he's getting these big chunk plays, and that's what Jamar likes. And then Joe Burrow in his press conference that I saw, was it yesterday after the game that he said, yes, the Jamar proves to me that I need to find ways to keep getting him the ball. So I look forward to that. And like I said, man, the win for the locker room was spectacular. If we get past the Ravens and then the Giants, and that we're right back 3-3.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But then we can start clawing our way up. I mean, because, if we're thinking about being competitors with Kansas City, they're like you said earlier. You guys were saying earlier, their defense is carrying them into games. Their offense hasn't been as good as it has in the last few years. But guess what? 4-0. 4-0.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I want to go around the division. But you guys enjoy seeing the Steelers lose. The Browns, I loved it. I got to ask you guys this question. That penalty that cost them that big touchdown from Watson to Cooper, was that a hold in your guys' opinion?
I was at work.
Derek, did you think that was at one angle? It didn't look like it, but near the end, it kind of was.
Yeah, I don't know. From the angles I watched, it was kind of hard to tell. And I think my personal opinion, when they're ticky-tack like that, I'd just rather see them keep the flags in their pockets. But
yeah, not in this case.
It would have helped me a whole lot in fantasy because I had a Mario Cooper playing.
Oh man, I didn't even look in fantasy. I was about to beat the shit out of Jim.
But I tell you what, though, at the end of the game, that was the worst clock management. You had 3 timeouts. The Browns, they just let the clock keep going down. Enough time, for the Raiders to down the ball. And the Raiders did without Max Crosby too. And the final play of the game. Obviously, I'm glad Cleveland lost, but when it's the final play, Derek, you get rid of the ball. I don't care where it's going. You have a better shot. Better get rid of the ball than not get rid. You miss 99%. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and he just held on to the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean,
like the Andy Dalton third down throwaway.
Exactly. But yeah, so happy to say. I'm sure Tyler Kelly's not in a great mood right now. And thank you, Joe Flacco, for beating the Steelers also.
No shit, man. Hey, he's done it many times before. He came back to haunt them.
Elite.
The Steelers got beat by the backup quarterback in Indy with Jonathan Taylor hurt.
Right.
Ha. Fucking Steelers.
Indeed.
Fuck you, Steelers. Let me tell you something about the Cleveland hate. I don't even hate Cleveland anymore because it's Cleveland. I used to hate Cleveland because it's Cleveland, and I feel bad for the other 52 guys on that roster, but I hate Cleveland because I just don't want to see that piece of shit human being win. It's disgusting.
Yep. And I will say this. I really enjoyed watching Myles Garrett, and I hate that he's on Cleveland.
Oh, Myles Garrett, I think I've said this before. I think he's the best pass. He's been. I will take him over T.J. Watt. I will take Myles Garrett over T.J. Watt. I think he's the best. I remember talking to a Browns fan. I believe it was actually Bourbon's brother-in-law. I was talking to one time who's a Browns fan. He's an honest Browns fan. You know what he told me one time? The Cleveland fans actually come after Myles Garrett because he doesn't get a sack at the right time. And I want to be like, well, you know what? I'll do the Browns. I'll do you a favor, Browns. You give the Bengals Myles Garrett. That way, we'll help you guys out since you don't appreciate. We'll appreciate Myles Garrett for you guys.
That's right. I'll take him to Ruby's.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll take him to the precinct.
It's like, come on, seriously? Wow.
Well,
Myles Garrett.
What else do we got?
Who says no?
Yeah, I don't, man.
I'm not telling you.
There you go.
I got to tell you though, man. Like I try not to bring, like I said before, don't bring the emotion into it, and I hate to do that to Sam, though, being a local boy. To pack him up and send him to Cleveland. Oh, we'd be doing him dirty.
Yeah.
Well, what else you guys got before we wrap it up? We're over an hour in.
Yeah.
I know one of the guys that Grand Desir, he wanted to know who our duds were. We gave our studs already, but if you guys had to say this guy absolutely killed it for us, who would it be?
I said the offensive line.
My pick was
killed
T.
it
Higgins.
for us. Like who was bad?
Who was bad?
Yo.
Yeah.
Fucking our secondary.
Yeah. I don't like to.
I would say it's you know what? It's the goddamn defense as a whole, to be honest. I don't know what the fucking problem is, but we need to fix it. It's hard to pick out one person on defense. I mean, you can pick out the person they put on the sideline, and then DJ Turner comes in and plays like a starter, like somebody said in the comments earlier. He came in and played pretty good. Meanwhile, he'll probably be sitting on the sideline while your boy Dax Hill's out there playing. Not saying that I feel like one's better than the other right now because I don't see enough DJ Turner even to make an opinion. It's been all Dax Hill.
Yeah.
And, Tina agrees. Yeah. He literally got benched because he was having a shit game. They put him on the sideline and threw DJ Turner in there because he was having a shit game. Appreciate that, Natty Ron, all the way from Arizona, tuning in.
Yeah.
I will say my dud of the week is going to go into an offensive lineman because he about gave me a heart attack, and that's Cordell Volson. When he stepped back on Burrow's ankle, I about cried.
Yes, I did. You know what? Somehow I missed. You know why I missed that in the game? Because I woke up late. And so, like, on game days and I got to work, I usually set my alarm for like 3 p.m., right? And so then I just watch the game and fast forward. Like, every time there's a play over, I just go like 30 seconds ahead. So it goes in between plays. So, and I'm telling you, as soon as the play's over. So I didn't see that. Yeah. And our viewers right now are Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, Grant is here, wants to know what's the best way to reach out to us. Twitter, Facebook, probably Twitter.
DM our Twitter or X account at Bengals Brews.
Yeah.
But while you're there, go to our YouTube page. There's a link on our X page, and you can go to our YouTube page, hit like, hit subscribe, and then that way you'll know when we go live. Also, if you follow us on X, you'll probably get a notification on there because we go live on X every time that we're live. So we love it if you go to YouTube and do it. But we do have other venues that you can watch through also Facebook. If you want to see the majority of the comments, though, that are being posted, you should go to YouTube because, like, if you're on YouTube, you can't see the X comments. If you're on X, you can't see the YouTube comments. And I can just tell you the majority of the people in the chat, probably 90% or more, are watching through YouTube. That's what when I watch shows, I like to go through YouTube so that I can see the chat. Yeah, and appreciate everybody. Look, people in the chat are just as much part of this show as I am. You know, I consider everybody in the chat my family. That's our brew crew. And you're all welcome to come find us at the tailgate and fucking have a beer with us.
Absolutely.
Especially on Sunday before that game, where we go and we fucking get our
first
divisional win.
50 West.
Yes,
absolutely.
Drink a fuck ton of beer at our tailgate in Lot 1. And also this week we're going to have Condado tacos.
Yep, Condado tacos. Oh, script. Yeah, script. So a little note here for us, since we're all part of Project Game Day, starting tomorrow throughout the whole month of October, there's a Script Coffee, the owner I got to know really well. There is a certain type of coffee they sell called Tiger Joe, which is obviously named after Joe Burrow. If every bag that's sold, $1 will be donated to Project Game Day for the month of October. So if you're a coffee person, you're a Bengals fan, which is so awesome to see what's happening. So
yeah, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but when I mention Script Coffee to people, they're all like, "That's good coffee." People that are coffee drinkers, I'm not. I get an iced coffee. I make one out of some kind of Starbucks concentrate, and I have one on the way in, but that's it.
Yeah. And Sinistree's pointed out Dale's draft guide is out also already. And
that's true.
Already bought a copy, and Dale, he just kills it. Dale just kills it.
Look, he's already started the draft for next year. And you're not only buying one draft. What you're doing is you're subscribing to like Dale's draft channel because you just went like your glasses popped off. Like you had your glasses on, the camera froze, and then it came back and you had no glasses. But if you get the draft guide from Dale, he keeps a list on the emails, and every single time that he does an update, he'll send it out again. So, I mean, what is it? $5 donation? Is that what he's asking for the draft guide to Project Game Day? Is that what it is?
Yes. Minimum $5.
$5, man.
$5.
You're going to stay updated on college football for the draft coming up 2025. And we're just weeks into the season.
Dale's already on it.
Value on the internet, and your money goes to help adults with special needs and military veterans go to Bengals games. And we're working on other shit too. There's shit in the back going on with Project Game Day. Like they say, stay tuned. More coming. We're expanding beyond what we do and trying to help out more people as it picks up momentum. Because I mean. hopefully eventually, what are we going to do? Buy out a fucking suite or something? We're going to have, hopefully we get that many donations so we can start spreading it around and do other things. So there's been some ideas floated around about that. But anyway, I got to go to work. I got to
go get my kids.
Yep. Touching cotton right now. You got to get the kids. But I love you guys. And we're going to be back on Friday, and we are going to recap. We're going to not recap, but we're going to preview the Ravens game, which ought to be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
You know what we didn't do on Friday, though? I'm trying to find it here.
Oh, the video, yeah.
What didn't we do on Friday? Oh, that's not it. Sorry.
That's definitely not
Sorry,
it.
Greg. Wait,
Yoshi didn't get a touchdown.
Where's the oh, here we go. Since we didn't do it on Friday and we're celebrating today a victory, right? You got any last words, Greg?
And it's sweet, sweet victory.
That's pretty good, but now you're going to dance.
Bengals and Bruce, the podcast crew. Yellow up an orange arrow, poach up too. Greg Luther, Big Savage, Dogpot King, Yoshi Lover, they bring the zing. Cincinnati Bengals, the pride of the city. Join the fun with Poach Up Bullets Mayor. Listen in, laughter in.